my dear old Swanee. I'd give the world to be among the folks in the DIX. I even know my mammy is praying for me down by the Swanee. The folks up north will see me no more when I get to that Swanee shore.
If you combine the first letters of the restaurant slightly north of Broad, you come up with Snob, apropos in Charleston, a city that leads the league in rigid social stratum. The talented chef there is Frank Lee, who reveals both Southern roots and classic technique in barbecue tuna with oysters and country ham.
And down here we seem to like our mustard Q. Up in North Carolina they do a vinegar pepper Q, which is killer. And in Chicago they have that red Q on their ribs, and it's killer. And down here we seem to like a mustard Q, and we use it for chicken, ribs, all sorts of things. So this one we've applied it to the tuna, which for me is like the cow of the sea.
Now the barbecue sauce.
We'll take a cup of vinegar and a cup of yellow mustard. We found that just your good hot dog mustard works great. The Dijon and the Pomeray and those don't really work so well with this sauce, although I've never met a mustard I didn't like. I got this recipe from a good friend of mine up in Winsboro who can flat out lay down on some Q. He likes to put a lot more hot stuff in it, but we found that our customers don't like as much hot as we do. We add in about 1/4 cup of ketchup. This is definitely not a French technique, but I tell you what, the French love Q. They love our barbecue. Put in a sweet molasses, not a black strap, but a good sweet molasses. This gives it some country flavor. If you don't have the molasses, you can use honey. Works just as well. The sauce doesn't get quite as dark with the honey. Either one work equally well for this sauce. Put in a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. A couple slashes of Tabasco. A couple more splashes of Tabasco. And we'll just let this cook gently, just so it thickens up to the point that it coats well. And we cook the rawness off the mustard and the vinegar.
A simple sauce begins with country ham and chicken stock.
And we're going to cook this and let it reduce down just a little bit, and we'll make a little butter sauce with green onions and the chicken stock and the ham.
The tuna is seasoned and seared.
Cook it till it's done.
Now freshly shucked oysters will be coated with cornmeal and deep fried at 325 degrees.
We'll just dip the oysters straight into the cornmeal. No buttermilk or flour or any other such thing. Got it right about 325. That'll be fine.
Fry until the oysters are golden brown and have risen to the surface.
We like to glaze the tuna with a little bit of the Q sauce while it's still hot in the pan. is just thick enough so it sticks to it, not too runny. We can take that, put it right on the plate. Just kind of make a little design on the plate with it. Oysters are good to go. They've floated up. They're nice and crispy. Want to get them crispy, not overcook them.
Finally, the sauce.
And our green onions. I like to put a little bit of chopped fresh tomato for some color contrast. Just a little nougat of butter. Just enough butter. Just swirl that around. If you got a well-made, high-quality butter, it'll emulsify into a nice chicken stock, or even into water for that matter, with no problem at all. And there's no secret to butter sauces. They're very simple. You can take them as difficult as you want. This is one of the most simple and direct ones you can do. Then we'll just lightly splash just a little bit of the sauce over it, a touch of the country ham. Again, with the sauces and the garnishes, you just want enough to highlight it. You don't want to smother the dish. You just want to give it a little bit of accent. So for us, this is one of the dishes that really reflects our region. Seafood, a mustard Q sauce, which you can find all over the state. Fried oysters, very popular always in this region.
This is Great Chefs of the South, a culinary tour of the Southland, featuring the talents of some of the region's finest chefs. This time from Georgia, Jean Boucher. From South Carolina, Frank Lee. And from Florida, Guillermo Veloso.
Mammy is waiting for me, praying for me, down by the Swanee. The folks up north will see me no more when I get to that Swanee shore.